Hello, folks. Dustin Zarni here, Democratic Elections Commissioner for Onondaga County. Today is Tuesday, August 1st, and welcome to Commissioner in the Car. I'm coming to you a little early today because I have tickets to Oppenheimer a little later, and I'm going to that with my family, so I won't be able to do my normal Commissioner in the Car later. But I didn't want to skip it because there's a very important thing happening this week, and really this month. August. Today's August 1st, and August is New Machine Month at Onondaga County Board of Elections. And throughout August, every week, my Commissioner in the Car is going to be dedicated to what's happening with our machine certification and for our new precinct level scanners that are coming in, hopefully, this general election. I say hopefully because the most important part of this has not happened yet. Tomorrow, the New York State Board of Elections has their monthly meeting, and they are, as part of their meeting, they are deciding on 3 different systems that will be being certified in New York. There's Dominion, which is our current vendor, and they have a new system being put into place. Clear Ballot, which is another current vendor of ours that has done absentees, they have a precinct level scanner that is being put into place. ES&S, which we do not work with, they mainly are in New York City, Erie, Long Island area. Their Express Vote is being certified tomorrow. And then earlier this year in January, Heart Systems was certified. These 4 systems are all great systems, and I'm not going to get into the any negatives about those. I just won't, because Onondaga County has selected one of these systems to be our next precinct level scanner. And it was a really hard choice. What happened is that all summer long we had what's called an RFP, which is a request for proposals. We had demonstrations and pricing, and our county leaders, along with the 2 elections commissioners, settled on Clear Ballot systems. Their ClearCast and ClearMark system is going to be a 20-year leap in technology from the precinct level scanners that you have seen in the polling places since 2007. And these are the things that you actually physically place your ballots into. But before we can go ahead and get rid of our old machines and replace them with these new machines, there are a lot of steps that are going through, and the first of which is New York State has to certify the election machines. So New York State, through the New York State Board of Elections, has the final say about whether a county board of elections can use a certain machine or not. And what they have done is they have a certification program in New York State. As I said, Hart has already been certified. They got certified back in January. And over the summer, Clear Ballot, Dominion, and ES&S were certifying their new machines. Now, Dominion has had machines. We've used Dominion, the ImageCast machines, for the last 15 years. And they have a brand new system coming in line. ES&S has been used in New York State as well, and they have a new system coming in line. And Clear Ballot has been used as an absentee scanner, but not a precinct level scanner throughout many of our New York State counties. And so this is their first foray into the precinct level scanners in New York State. All of these companies, this is Hart's first foray as any kind of scanner, precinct level or absentee scanner, in New York State as well. Now, all of these counties, all of them, all of these vendors have extensive work throughout other areas of the country as well. So it's not like these are, mom and pop shops. They are doing their, they have been doing it in other states, but because we're in New York, we have our own special certification program. And so all of these systems have to be submitted, their software, their coding, their physical components, and they go to a lab. And the lab does a battery of tests on the equipment. They make sure that it operates in 140-degree heat, and make sure it's the ballot stock will last for 2 years. There's a lot of things that go into it, that they can't be hacked remotely, that they can't, that they meet our design standards in New York. There's a lot of things that go into the certification, and it takes a long time. You may remember that a couple weeks ago, or last week, I'm sorry, I was down in D.C. at the Elections Assistance Commission. They have a certification program as well, but because New York has their own, we use the New York certification program, not the EAC certification program, which many states just opt into the EAC certification, not their own. However, when talking to the EAC commissioners about this, they say that New York's certification program is vigorous and falls in line with a lot of the stuff that they do. And so, that made me feel really good that our certification program is actually well respected throughout the country. And so, for the last few months, those machines have all been put through their rigorous tests by the testing labs. And these are accredited testing labs by New York and the EAC that do this testing. These aren't fly by the night. And it took a long time. All of the systems have now passed the testing lab certification portion, or the testing lab portion of the certification. And now it's coming down to a final vote. The New York State Board of Elections, their 4 commissioners now have to vote to certify. There's been a public comment period, which has generated some interest, especially on the ES&S machines. Again, I'm not going to comment on the negativity around certain machines. All I will say is that all of the machines have passed the current New York State standards. There was no legislation that was passed in this last legislative session that changed our standards. And we did not pick ES&S, but not because of that. We decided to, pick clear ballot for clear ballot alone. That's not, so there's no negative on any of our fine vendors, Hart, Dominion, or ES&S that were part of the process. We chose clear ballot for the merits of clear ballot alone. And I can't wait to show you this system. But the first thing that has to happen is tomorrow at noon, the New York State Board of Elections will pass or will vote on a certification of these other 3 vendors. And if clear ballot is selected, then starting next week, we will start the changeover process, which will take all month long here in Onondaga County. And I will be talking about it on my commissioner cards. I may do a couple reels showing you some of the stuff that's going on. So if there is a certification vote tomorrow that clear ballot is accepted, starting the next week, we will get rid of all of the other voting machines. We have a vendor that's coming in that will pulverize and demolish the machines. We'll be removing any security, software inside of theirs and chips to make sure that they don't fall in the wrong hands. And there's a whole process to go with that. Then the week after that, we will deliver our equipment. We will get all the new equipment in. And then the week after that, we will do what we call certification testing. Certification testing is the New York State Board of Elections actually physically comes to our office, helps us scan in and do our initial testing with every machine in that we receive in Onondaga County, that they have met the standards, that the programming that was supposed to be on there is on there, that they physically work. It's called acceptance testing, and that means we've accepted the machines, that they are ready to go. And then after that is going on, then we will bring in all the servers and software needed to program all of these machines. And then in early September, we'll also be bringing in our next round of poll print units, because in addition to having new machines in our polling places this general election, we will have ballot on demand printers in every polling place, because we're getting ready for the 2024 general election, which is going to be crazy. We're going to have it in place for the 2023 general election, but the presidential election, we need as much technology in these polling places as possible to be able to serve all the voters that are coming through. And if everything works right in the 2024 general election, our long-term plan is in 2025 going to the vote center model, where anybody can go to any polling place anywhere in Onondaga County. That's a couple years in the future, but that's why we're doing this. That's why we're pushing to get this done this month, because we want to get our general election under our belt, 2 primaries, the presidential election, and then big changes again in 2025. There's not going to be an off year for the Onondaga County Board of Elections ever, apparently. So these are the big changes. So if you check my Instagram or Facebook page or my Twitter, although I'm not on Twitter today because it's a Twitter blackout, but I'm not going to go into that. But any of my social medias, I'll be posting about, I am on Threads now too. I'll be posting about all of these little steps, because this is a process that only happens once every 10 years. So it's a real big change for Onondaga County. I think it's going to be a big, a really big, I think it's really going to be a really big boon for the voters. You're going to see this incredible leap in technology. Lines are going to go quicker. We're not going to have as many paper jams. We're not going to have as many mistakes. If you're an accessible voter who needs accessible voting equipment, the equipment that we're getting is so much better for you than what we've had in the past. Quicker, faster. Ballots being printed on demand are better for the county. We don't have to waste a lot of money in printing ballots. And it's just a phenomenal investment. And I got to give big credits to the county executive and the county legislature, who gave us money on the capital improvement plan this year to replace these machines. Now, these machines needed to be replaced. They're 15 years old. They had a 10-year lifespan, so they were at the end of it. But still, credit where credit's due. That we were put on the capital improvement project. It was a bipartisan ask, a bipartisan vote, and we've had nothing but support from the county legislature and the county executive for this project. And in fact, maintenance has been in our warehouse, repainting and getting our warehouse redesigned and ready for the new stuff that is coming in. So it's exciting. I'm excited. This is a big change to how we do elections here in Onondaga County. And I've been working towards this for my entire time as commissioner. So I think this is just as big of a change as in when we brought in the electronic poll books in 2019. It's that big of a change. So I hope you follow along this week as we get ready to do this. But first, say a little prayer if you're a praying person. But hopefully tomorrow, and I'm not putting my carts before my horses, nothing is going to be done unless that certification vote happens tomorrow. So we'll be watching that live. Expect that some reactions on Twitter and Facebook and all my social media feeds about that. I'll probably be posting a lot of reels, because I think I want to bring you this exciting times as it happens in small amounts. So stay tuned for all of that, and I hope you are well. And I can't wait to bring this stuff to you in Onondaga County. But hopefully tomorrow the vote will go well, and we'll get started working on this. Thank you very much, and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.